So corruption is a very sensitive but undeniable issue. But what are the drivers of corruption? Is it low salary, standard of living, or what is it?
No, I wouldn't say it's low salary.
Mm-hmm.
Corruption has become a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, at least the present generation, they follow the Kaun Banega Crorepati culture.
Mm-hmm.
They want to become Crorepati overnight. I mean, I'm not against the show. I mean, I also appeared in the show once. That's a different matter. But of course, I gave all the money in charity. But people are, I mean, generally they want to become rich
I think
by
they're
shortcuts.
morally corrupt.
By shortcuts. They don't have the time for hard work over a period of time. So, I mean, there was a time, I would say, how the pattern of crime has changed. Earlier, it was theft and dacoity. Okay, we would deal with them. It was not a very big problem. But then came a stage when banks, they started looting banks because that was easier. एक बैंक को लूट लीजिए, कम कुछ नहीं कि 10 लाख तो मिल ही जाएगा, छोटा छोटा भी बैंक होगा तो भी. बैंक लूटिंग. फिर क्या हुआ? टेकिंग होस्टेजेस. किसी को किडनैप कर लीजिए और उसके बाद कहिए कि साहब आप 5 करोड़ लाइए, सेठ जी 5 करोड़ लाइए. That started happening. And now we are experiencing cyber frauds.
Yeah.
Cyber, मतलब बैठे बैठाले आप अपने you play with your keyboard and you have deprived the other man of maybe
All kinds of
50
scams.
lakhs or 5 crores or whatever it may be. So people want to get rich overnight, and the desire to follow the path of integrity, work hard over a period of time, and earn genuine money, and then reach a certain status. That culture has almost disappeared, and for that I will say essentially the politicians are to blame. You see, we have a very corrupt political system. The ADR reports say that, I mean, only yesterday I read 33% of the chief ministers are corrupt. I mean, they have criminal cases against them. And members of parliament, I think 43 or 44%, they have criminal background. Now, when this corruption in the political class or criminality in the political class, this has inspired others. Because a man becomes an MLA today, and within 3-4 hours he has got a bungalow, he has got an expensive car.
And many a times.
But I am saying, and his family, they used to ride on cycles, and today they have assets worth thousands of crores, thousands, not hundreds, thousands of crores.
Thousands of crores.
How did they get this money?
Yeah. Many a times the gangsters even becomes the MLA.
Huh? You know, they choose gangsters. I mean, when you choose a mafia, when you choose Mukhtari Ansari to contest, when you choose Shahabuddin to contest, what is the message you are sending? What is the message you are sending? And they say winnability. I don't, what do you mean by winnability? Winnability means you have forgotten all the ethical principles, all the moral principles, and winnability becomes the main criteria. So, corruption has become a way of life, and not because of this. I started from 350 rupees a salary in 1959. I mean, it may look a pathetic amount today, but I never felt कि हमें कोई पैसा कम मिल रहा है. I mean, those days, those 33 and 50 rupees were enough. And I was married also, but I never went to my father or my father-in-law, भाई मेरे खर्चा नहीं चल रहा. We lived within 350 rupees. When I retired as Director General of Border Security Force, I was drawing Apex pay scale, which is the highest pay scale in Government of India, next only to the Cabinet Secretary and nobody else. And that was 8,000. And today I'm paying 12,000 to my cook. So, I mean, but even within 8,000, I used to feel that I have a lot of money and there's nothing to worry about. So the point I'm trying to convey is that government gives you enough for a decent living within your means. But if you become overambitious, overnight you want to have an AC, overnight you want to have a car to start with. I mean, I bought an AC after, I think, I could never buy an AC all my life. We lived, and the first cooler was in 1980, which means about 21 years of service. I bought my first cooler. So, and then car took longer, and we were quite happy with that. There was no problem. I mean, and life went on. But these days, you start with a car, you start with an AC, you want to have, and by the time you have 10 years of service, you should have plots in 2, 3 districts where you have served.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a house after I became an IG. So, so people, but these days people have become, you can say, worldly wise, or they have become, they
Yeah.
are taking shortcuts to corruption, and nobody is short of money. I mean, salaries are very good. Salaries are very good. And in fact, my son, who also retired as a class 1 officer, he would tell me that, Papa, आप लोगों को जो facilities थे उससे कहीं ज़्यादा हम लोगों को मिल रही है, and we are getting this also, we are getting that also. I mean, he would tell me because he knew what I had gone through and what he is getting, he could compare, and he would tell me that we are much better off than you were in your service. But I never complained that we are not being paid enough. And even today, I will say any government service who says that government is not paying me enough to live within my means, I would say he's a corrupt officer. He wants to live beyond his means, therefore he's saying that.
Yeah. You also stood by, I think, Anna Hazare for the early
Yes,
enactment
I
of
became, I was part of the anti-corruption movement for some time, but I found that Kejriwal never liked me.
And you would not be shocked to see him behind bars recently.
No, I was not shocked to see him behind bars. I think he got what he deserved. He never liked me. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, one reason I thought that he felt that here is a man who is also well known for his integrity, and if he is there, and he speaks as Hindi as well as I do, and he speaks better English than I do, तो कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि मुझसे आगे बढ़ जाए. Maybe, I don't know, but because he never liked me, so I said, मेरा कोई एजेंडा नहीं है, I just wanted to strengthen his movement, but if he doesn't want me, I left it.
It was always in disguise. That is what you felt about him.
It was always in
Disguise.
it was his integrity was more for show. You see, people who make a show of their integrity, I don't like them also. If you are a man of integrity, people will get to know that you are a man of integrity. You don't have to wear torn clothes for that. कपड़ा साफ सुथरा पहनिए. आप सरकार आपको इतना पैसा देती है कि आप साफ सुथरा कपड़ा पहन सकते हैं, अच्छा खाना खा सकते हैं, और एक अच्छे एक भले आदमी की ज़िंदगी बिता सकते हैं. सरकार इतना पैसे देती है आपको.
So 5 years.
Problem is when you want to show your wealth and your possessions.
Yeah, true. 5 years back, I was working under a major of Indian Army who told me about this value integrity. He had a formula of integrity means what you think, what you say, and what you do has to be in sync. Not one of it has to be without any sync or alignment. But how does it differ in Indian Army versus the police? The same value is being taught and should be taught, but are not ingrained.
You see, Indian Army is totally insulated from exposure to public life. Totally insulated. So it's very easy to lead the kind of life you are leading. But here you are subject to so many pressures, and vicious pressures, evil pressures, wrong pressures, political pressures, pressures from mafia, pressure from politicians, pressure from bureaucrats. It's a difficult life. It's a difficult life, and sometimes when you want to follow the right path, there are pressures that you deviate and you do this and you do that. That is where it's very difficult. I mean,
Understood.